What's up, everybody? This is Jay, and this is my recap for Power Book 3, Episode 4, Don't Sleep. Now, in this episode of Raising Kanan, we see that Unique is starting to get paranoid for his business not going right, and he's starting to put the clamps on a few people, as well as Kanan messing up. Before we get into it, if you're new, please subscribe and bang that bell. I've been putting a lot of work in this channel, and I'm trying to get to 30K subs, and I really appreciate your help, so please sub. Let's get into it. Now, when this episode kick off, we see Unique boy Cracula, and he's running down these steps like, it's a dog on his ass, and we realize that it's Unique, and he done turned into the junkyard dog, and he ready to take a bite out of Cracula's ass for messing up his shipment. And so we see that he gets caught. Unique is questioning him while the boys got a piece of his ear, making sure that he's listening loud and clear to what he has to say. And he's saying, man, you was smoking that rock on my time. You a rock star? No, please, I love you, Unique. Don't do it like it wasn't me. And he was just pulling that ear. He said, give him another yank. I thought he played for the Yankees. He was the DH or something. Next thing you know, he's telling him, look, you done messed up my money. You was getting high on my time. You gonna have to pay. It was a setup. And he crying, saying don't do it. Before he could finish, Neek then popped him in the head, and he was saying, I love you, Neek. And Neek was like, I love you too. I love you too. And then he passed the gun off, and if that's how he show love, we don't need to be in love. Meanwhile, we see Kanan making some baked sketty like he was Mr. Mom, aka Martha Stewart, cooking for his mom and the family. And next thing you know, he's saying, hey, you always trip when I'm late, but your ass late. And when he look, he see that she got some baggage on her shoulder, and it's, simp phony. And so he say, y'all already ate. And then he like, no, we didn't eat. I was just saying I was hungry. So next thing you know, Kanan don't believe it, but he out here putting my food on his mama plate. They all sitting there. He ain't give Symphony no food. Symphony had to get it himself. Symphony saying, man, this is good. I'd pay for this. And so she's like, you hear what he said? So she trying to make him like appreciate what Symphony's saying. Symphony trying to play it cool, and Kanan ain't really trying to hear it. He a little salty that mama got a new man in her life, and it ain't him. He got a little Oedipus complex instead of, Etta Sketty. Meanwhile, we see that Jukebox and Madonna is watching a new video, and she like how she's sitting with the material girl. And we see Madonna is really saying, you are going to be famous. You are so good, Jukebox. You really are. You're great. And she ain't really hearing it. And she's like, you know what? I'm going to kick your ass if you don't do it and be somebody. And she's, yeah, let me see you try. So next thing you know, they start wrestling. They start bumping uglies, and it's a little cat tussle, and they was making a little noise. She got her on top, and before they could do anything, mama came in saying, what is all this racket? And so they jumped off, and she see him on TV. You're on TV. You are really good, Laverne. And so they start talking, and Madonna and everybody, and so she's saying, you're really good. And Pops come in. He say, this is really cool, and this is fly. And he throw a little curse word. Mama telling him don't curse, and he's saying, I'm sure she heard worse. She said, no doubt. He say, see, no doubt. And so then Jukebox say, see, your dad thinks I'm super fly. And so then she says, yeah, cool, but they ain't that cool. Next thing you know, they kissing, and they try to cool each other off. And it seems Jukebox is really falling for her, and they really liking each other. Meanwhile, we see Tony, and she's riding the hell out of Marvin's stomach. And next thing you know, they getting into it. Once they was done, she needed to get a little power up, like a little booger sugar in her life. And we see that she wanted to cuddle, and Marvin telling her, hold up, you're going to have to give me some space. And she's like, what's the matter? He say, man, I don't cuddle. Black folks don't cuddle. And she say, I've been with plenty of black men that cuddle. He say, well, where these cuddling ass ninjas at then? And so he get up, and when he get up off of her, he see that LT, the dog, ain't ate. He ain't got no food. She say, I forgot, okay? I ain't been out there. He say, well, I'm taking him back with me. She said, you can't take him back. You gave it to me. He said, yeah, I gave you this stick too. You want to keep that? Come on, LT, let's go get some food. So he done got real touchy-feely. Meanwhile, we see Unique is on his phone, and he getting a little call that it's going to be on hold for getting that work. And so he telling his crew, and they saying, man, what we going to do? We ain't really got nothing. He say, well, y'all going to have to stomp on it, okay? And y'all going to have to make this stuff move. We going to sell it in different caps until we get our supply back. This smell just like rock stank. but I don't trust nobody. Anybody can go. Meanwhile, we see that Rock is getting a little paperwork notice that Kanan ain't been doing his homework, turning in the report. She say she gonna move him out of the, the stash house. He thought he was getting a promotion. She said, this ain't no promotion. Your ass about to start going to school on the weekends. And he's saying, ain't no school on the weekends. She said, it is for your ass. Meanwhile, we see Crown Camacho in there trying to put together a little hit, you know what I'm saying, mixing something with Famous. Famous got one bar of, Boo Boo, and he like, okay, well, we don't know. Meanwhile, his sister's geeked up seeing her little brother do something, and Crown is telling him, you need to work on this, your verse, your audience ain't gonna believe all that. And so he trying to take notes and get better. Meanwhile, we see her looking sexy all in Crown face. Crown, he want a bit of her sugar. And while they was sitting there talking the whole time, Lulu was peeping game through the window. And so he's saying, hey, look, we could make it happen at this little, showcase, but we gonna have to work close together. And so she gave him a hug, and then Lulu came in with a little sugar for him, because he got diabetes with the big ass sugar problem he got. So he tossed him the sugar and tell him, hey, let me talk to her for a minute. So she come on outside so they can go talk. And then that's when we realize Lulu got some real feelings for her. And he's telling her, hey, what's up with all that stuff about me being a producer? She said, you can. But I mean, we on different schedule. I mean, I ain't trying to wait. You can still do your thing, and I need to do mine. Just like your sister did stuff for you, I'm trying to do stuff for my little brother. And so right when she was leaving, he grabbed her and gave her a kiss as to reassure these lips is only gonna stay on me. Meanwhile, we see Rock got the door installed at the new stash spot. Poppy over there, being cool for the moment. And then we see that LT come in the building with Marvin. And then he said, hey, Holly, what you doing with a doggy? I don't have a dog in here. And she said, this ain't no longer your establishment, okay? And he's saying, but this is my business. She gave him that money. He shut up. And he wondering how much stash she gonna put in there. And she said, don't worry about it. This is our place now. And it seemed that Mamacita likes the way that she checks Poppy. Meanwhile, we see Kanan walking down the street with Davita in that same ass stroller that she rolling all over the damn place. That stroller got, damn near 5 years of mileage on it. Meanwhile, we see he's talking to her and they getting real close. And next thing you know, we see after he dip off that Unique then came rolled up. He been peeping game, and they was surprised he done kissed her and everything. So he like, yo, what's up? Hey, let me talk to you for a minute, man. I know that you was, buck 20 girl, and he would want me to look out for you. So I know your mom's is out there, and I could help her out. I helped somebody else out. They went to the rehab. Shit, it was like going on vacation. Tell me a little something about what happened with Buck and a little info, and I could help your mom's out. And she tell him about this house she saw Kanan coming to, aka Stash House. Meanwhile, we see they at the arcade, and Famous come in happy about his little news that he got a little mixtape on the way, and Jukebox is just like furious inside that this dude is about to get a deal before her. And so we see Kanan, and he banging on his boy's door for him to come on through, and he talking about he got the bubbler guts and got the bubblies, his booty is leaking, and he got dookie galore coming up out of him. So he said he can't go. So we see Jukebox walking down the street. She pissed that Famous and lucked up on the spot, even though she been robbing and stealing trying to get something studio time. And so she walk off, and while she walk off, here come Marvin pulling up on Kanan, asking him come on and help him move this stuff out the stash house, the youth still in training. Meanwhile, we see Rock talking with Mr. Bookman, and she trying to get a spot inside the projects, and so he's saying there ain't no spots available, and she say, well, I guess I'm gonna have to talk with somebody else, and we gonna have to make it happen, because it seems that you ain't listening, and maybe I can make this work anywhere else. And she showed the money, and he said he got something for her. Meanwhile, Lulu reading the paper. Jukebox walk up saying, why you ain't hooking me up? And he said, come here, have a seat. You just like me. You don't want nobody hooking you up, because then you in their pocket. Now here, eat this sandwich and shut your ass up and get up out of here. So she leave. She hop on the phone trying to call her crew so that they could go rob and steal some clothes, and none of them came through for her ass, even though they said everybody come when they get the call. So we see later that Marvin and Kanan is pulling up in that red ass Benz, and they go into the stash house and they slipping because it seemed Unique and his boy is there watching the whole dealio play out. Now we see she decides she gonna go and try to make a little move on her own. She goes, and once the coast is clear, dips into the little truck, grabs a little something, whatever it wasn't much. So she grabbed one coat. They kind of saw her. She was 100 miles and running like Eazy-E. But little did she know, Luis was waiting right there and grabbed her ass. And he said, you know, I know you. You know what? Now we're even, okay? Okay? You saved my face. I saved your ass, okay? So now we're even. And he said, now you go. Don't come back, because next time I won't be there for you. You come back. And so she leaves, and we see that next thing we know, Kanan is there helping Marvin move the stash. He's getting the room, see all that money everywhere. It's unorganized, and he's saying, man, mom wanted it organized. He say, well, whatever, let's move the shit. So we see Unique and his boy is peeping the whole thing, and they slipping. They didn't even notice this damn 7 Series BMW parked there. Marvin and Kanan is loading the spot up. It's just them two, and Marvin got Kanan there without a gun, without any security, but they didn't think that anybody knew about the spot, so they thought they were safe. Meanwhile, we see Marv tell Kanan, keep bagging it up, get it ready. I'll be back. I'm about to drop off a load. So Kanan go downstairs and bag it up. And so meanwhile, we see Jukebox. She at the house. She's still there. She done gave the coat she stole to Madonna. And Madonna like, but you need this for your studio money. She said, well, hey, he let me go. I'm going to do something good. I'm going to give it to you. Hey, it came back to me when I saved his face. So, hey, maybe I give you this and you save me some ass. And next thing you know, it's seemed that, you know, she started getting a little taste of, whipped cream. Meanwhile, we see that Kanan is bagging up everything when all of a sudden they kick in the door, waving in the 4-4. Kanan say, please don't shoot me, the little hoe. Next thing you know, we see Marvin, he at the store, and Poppy is saying, what are you doing? Hey, you can't take it, the door full. I charge you, ring it up for Kanan, door full, okay? And so he real petty, he bugging, and meanwhile, Kanan is fighting for his life over here. He got the gun to his head. These dudes walking out the stash house with boxes like it's Black Friday. And so Marvin pull up, and next thing you know, he rear ends him with the benzo, wrecks the benzo, trying to stop him, and he starts popping through the window, and it seems that they pull off and get away. So when he go inside, he see the dude still got a gun to Kanan head. He want to get the hell out of there. Marvin kind of plays the situation cool. Soon as dude let his guard down for a brief moment, Marvin put 2 in his chest. Dude falls out on top of Kanan, nasty, making a little dead meat sandwich. And so Kanan, he tweaked out. He pushed the body off of him. He like can't believe all the blood and guts is on him now. And so he turned around and puked. And meanwhile, this dude is gasping with his last breaths. Marvin is pissed, and he goes and talks to him. He realizes that's one of Unique's boys, and then he airs him out like dirty laundry, puts one into his dome piece. And so Kanan don't know what to do. He, worried. They mad. Marvin mad. They took the stash. He telling Kanan don't let his mom know what happened. So he goes home. She had her back turned. She talking about get ready so you can go to school. And he a kid, so instead of getting rid of the shirt before he came home, he still wore it. He throws it under his bed. So he thinking maybe he got time when he get home. He in the car thinking about what happened that day. She drops him off for the school. And when he gets in there, the first thing he realizes is that it's Symphony teaching the class. And so now he realizing that not only is this some type of school, but it's also some way for him and Symphony to bond, and Mom Dukeston set him up. So while he's at school, she's doing the laundry, which she alluded to earlier when they was eating dinner, that he still don't do the laundry. And then she finds the bloody shirt, just like OJ's bloody glove, and now she realized that something is up and it ain't all good. Now it's time for some real talk. Now, I really enjoyed this episode. It was really good. I give this episode about an 8.5. I enjoy how Neek, we get to see that he don't play. He ended up taking out the garbage, aka his boy Joey Rockhead, and Crackula ain't have a chance, messing up smoking crack on the job when he was supposed to be the lookout. He did see it, but it was too late. We also see that Kanan got some type of issue between his mom. He really loved his mom and don't want her to be with no other man. And it seemed that that's going to be an issue, but at the same time it seems that maybe him and Symphony may become friends. Jukebox and Madonna really getting close, but they playing with fire up in their mom's bedroom, and up in there, and the moms keep busting in, and so we'll see what happens with that. And also, I don't understand what the hell happened with Marvin and White Chocolate over there, aka Tony. It seemed that he fought and went to jail for her, but the moment she wanted to cuddle because she enjoyed that vitamin D, he was upset and tried to pull out like it was the vaccine or something. Didn't want to give her no more and wanted to bounce, which was very strange. And then he took the dog back, which earlier he said he don't believe in cleaning up nobody's poop but his own. So I don't know what's up with Marvin in that situation. Maybe he realized he was catching feelings and he wanted to cut himself off before he got too emotionally attached. We also see that, speaking of emotionally attached, Lulu is really loving that butter pecan Puerto Rican, and it don't seem that he's gonna be able to handle it too well if she does start messing around with Crown Camacho. He might end up killing Crown Camacho over that damn girl, so we'll see what happened with that. And Poppy, I definitely think his days is numbered, and Poppy is gonna end up getting killed because Poppy is dipping and dapping and all up in the business. He want more money, and it just seems that it's just a matter of time before she gonna have to kill him because he gonna be a problem. And I think that she gonna end up doing better dealing with the wife. They could easily say somebody broke into the store, tried to rob it, and killed him, and they got away. And also, Unique really played Davina and made her think that he give a damn about her mama being a crackhead and that he gonna actually help her get off the Rizzock, when of course he don't give a damn that her mama's on crack rock, and so he ain't gonna put her mama in the rehab. And so I doubt he really give a damn, and he used her and played her to get that information on the stash house. And she said don't hurt Kanan, which of course Kanan almost got his brains blew out, and it was all her fault. And we'll see if Kanan realizes what happened and if he's able to put two and two together, or is he gonna blame Booty, Leaky Booty Boy. And so we'll see what happens at the end. Anyway, that was a good episode. I enjoyed it. Marvin is a beast. We see that that's probably where Kanan gonna end up getting that beast mode mentality of shooting him up without giving a damn. And so we'll see what happens on the next episode. You all let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace, and I'm out. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please hit that like, subscribe, bang that bell, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.